On behalf of the Davis family, we'd like to thank you for being here to celebrate the life of Mr. Davis. At this time, we will turn the service over to the hands of Mrs. Helen Owens.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to my family, my precious family, and to all of these beautiful friends that have come out today. We thank you. Obviously, it speaks volume for who our Bo was. So thank you so much for coming to share in our comfort. On today, we're going to follow the program as it is written so you can follow along with us. We want to again welcome all of you. You're like family to us because you are Bo's friend. My name is Helen. I am affectionately called Noe. I'm one of the matriarchs of our family. Just a little bit about me. My mother and his grandmother are sisters. So I grew up with them not as cousins, but as just an older sister. And I'm here to strengthen and help comfort them. We've had some losses in our family that were pretty youthful. So we've had some sorrowful days. And so we know this journey all too well. And we know it's going to be a long road. But we are family and we walk it together. We walk it together. So keep us in your prayers, keep us in your thoughts as we go through this celebration on today. So first we're going to have an overhead musical selection. Some of those, I guess some of his playlist songs were given. And so right now we would like to have one of those played if that's possible. And then after that, we will have the reading of the obituary from his lovely niece, Jasmine. After that, we will have reflections from his dear oldest sister, Arvella. And then after her, myself. After that, we will have one more musical selection in Bo's honor, and we will have words of comfort from his nephew, Maurice, all of whom he loved so very dearly. And then we have a presentation of a plaque, and I will do closing remarks, and our director will do the committal in that order. Please, the musical selection. Thank you. You bring me joy when I'm down. Oh, so much joy when I lose away. Your love comes smiling on me. I saw your face, and then I knew we were. I was so afraid when your eyes they said, come to me. So I say to you, God, please softly why. You say it's alright. Whenever I smile, I feel your hand, and you bring me mine. You bring me joy. You bring me joy. Don't go too far away. If I can't see your face, I will remember.
they stay to rise. Oh, when should we be running? I get lonely sometimes when I make love again. Won't you look like sitting on my body? You bring me joy. You bring me joy.
Hi again, everyone. Again, want to thank everybody for being here. I'm sure I'm not alone when I say my uncle was one of the greatest men I've ever known. I'm honored to have known him and been in his life. Larry Bo Davis, 59, departed this life peacefully in his home on April 7th, 2024. He was born in Warren, Ohio, to the late Helen and James Oliver Davis on August 4th, 1964. Larry graduated from Warren G. Harding High School. Throughout his career, he worked at Bristol Compressors, Easton Chemical, and Seaman Corp. And he owned and operated Car Care Extraordinaire and House to House Solutions. I'm sure there's a couple customers here. Larry was not only a friend, but a coworker, colleague, uncle, brother, and loving father. It was evident to all who knew him that Larry was a soft-spoken, hardworking, generous, and free-hearted man who dedicated his life to giving advice and lending guidance to all who came to his home. During his lifetime, Larry enjoyed detailing cars, buying, selling, and renting homes, attending galas, and expanding his knowledge of the world and its rich history. Larry joins in peace his mother, Helen Davis, father, James Oliver Davis, grandmother, Mary Louise Burke, and his siblings, James Davis Jr., Vernell Davis, Burnett Davis, and Ronald Davis. To cherish his memory, Larry leaves behind his daughters, Deja Davis and Ariana Willer, siblings Walter, Mary Moore Jr., Arvella Smith, Debbie Chapman, Michelle, Donald Clark, and Oliver Davis, his sweetie, Donna Cato, and his first wife, Carolyn Davis. He said, "My absence is strong and warm. It will hold you. It will teach you how to miss, how to be without, and how to love. How my father raised me. This is the first morning we are without you on earth. The sun greeted us after a week of rain in your eastern green and mountain homelands. Plants are fed, the river restored, and you have been woven into a path of embracing stars of all colors. Now free of the suffering that shapes us here, we will learn to let go, like learning to walk when we first arrive here. All those you thought you lost now circle you, and you are free of pain and heartbreak. Don't look back, keep going. We will carry your memory here until we join you in just a little while in one blink of start time.
Thank you, Jasmine. That was beautiful. He has a definite legacy. So when we talk about reflections, you can go on and on and on. As I said, I'm one of the matriarchs, so I'm definitely a senior citizen. So I've been around a while, watched my family grow and watch us go through things and come through things. And so I'm very grateful, very, very grateful to God for how He has kept our legacy. And I want to read a few things, and then I'm going to chat a little bit about Bo. Larry, but we know him as Bo. Life is truly a love journey. We were all created in love. And the more we love God, ourselves, and each other, the happier and more at peace we will all be. Just something to keep your mind on. So when I think about Bo, in just the latter months, I had a chance to reconnect with him because we all were at a distance in our living arrangements. So Bo called. We had I put together a family reunion the latter part of last year. Spur of the moment, put it together, and just told the family, hey, I think we need to get together. It's been decades since some of us have seen each other. And so being the person I am, one of the family, go-tos, I said, I think they're gonna support. And boy, did they. Getting to Bo. So I called and I said, Bo, I don't know how this money's gonna look. I don't know who's gonna support financially what we're gonna do. Bo words to me was, I got you, cuz. And this is who he was. His heart was huge, full of love, not just on the financial side. He really cared about those that were in his circle. And so he would call me, and he also wanted to know the history of our family. So he would call me, and he would say, cuz, well, okay, so when they married, and I'd give it to him. I'm a historian, I'd give it to him. I said, Bo, that's how they're related. Oh, man, cuz. He was so into the family. Because family, and I want to say this, family was created by God. So, I'm related to them not by my choice, but by the authority and the sovereignty of God. So I'm really proud to be cousins to my cousins. I take a very proud moment to say I'm their cousin. So as we were talking, he couldn't wait. He could not wait. And he did financially support in such a mega way. And I said, Bo, I tell you, I'm so grateful for you. He said, and this is the funny part. He said, well, I'm coming, cuz, but I just want you to know, when I come, I got you because I'm going to have a pocket full of money. And anything we don't have, we will have. That was Bo. So we get to the reunion, and there's groves of family. They all supported. Everybody came, and Bo was able to see people he had not seen in decades. He was able to see children that he had not even met. It was such a God-ordained reunion. And as we all came together, we were at the bowling alley, and this is the one thing that stands out. We were at the bowling alley, and everybody's laughing and having fun and bantering and whatever. And Bo walks over to me, and he said, cuz, I said, yeah, Bo, I saw. He said, I see the family, there's some children over there. He said, don't look like they have a lane, nor they have any shoes. He went in his pocket. He said, get them a lane and get them some shoes. That's just what he did. They never knew that he did it, but that's what he did. So while he was being quiet as we knew him, he was the epitome of observance. He was watching everything. And he just wanted to make sure that he was a part of that family reunion. And so that in itself just speaks volumes Because people were moving around and they might have seen the children, they might not have. But Bo did. Bo did. And he made it happen just like he said he was going to do. So even as quiet as he was still a giant when it came to just caring about what was around him and who was around him. And that speaks volume for his life and his legacy. And I talked to my nephew, Neil, which is Bo's cousin, and he called me because as the family calls were coming in and, the sorrow was going forth, he said, you know what, Auntie? He reminds me of Uncle Henry. And that would be my mother's brother, their grandmother's brother. And I said, how so, Neil? And he says, whenever Uncle Henry would walk in the room, it was like a celebrity because he was financially stable. And so we knew that there was a cushion in the room. And he said, that's how Bo reminds me of. He said, because when Bo comes, he's always dapper looking. Everybody knows he's a sharp dresser. So he walks into this family reunion with some people who had never seen him. And it was like a celebrity. Oh, who was that? Who was that with the hat? Who was that? That's your cousin Bo. And he was just so embraced, like he was a celebrity. And that's how we were going to be okay. And at that reunion, that's what Bo brought to us. He came there to be open with his heart. He came there to show his family, I love y'all. I'm so grateful to be a part of y'all. And that is his legacy. He cared. His legacy was he cared. And so you guys can take away anything at all today from just being in his life. I would say just learn how to care. Just learn how to care. And understand that family is a gift. It's a treasure. And all we have after this is treasured memories. If I don't make memories, I won't have any. So let's just remember to make the moments count. But I want to leave you with this before Avella come. I want to say to you, be kind, love one another, make the moments count. Because cherished memories are all we have after this. May God bless each and every one of you and keep you close to one another as family. I love you. Avella?
Good enough for me. Good afternoon, everyone. I took a moment to write a few things down.
There you go.
Took a few moments to write a few things down. I guess like my brother, I kind of pay attention to detail, and I didn't want to miss saying anything. On behalf of my family, I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your day to be here. For most of you that, well, you know now, I'm Arvella. I'm his big sister. Being that I was a few years older than him, I remember the day he came home from the hospital, the day after he was born. I marveled at what I thought was the prettiest little black baby I'd ever seen, with a head full of curly black hair. He was all wrapped in a beautiful yellow blanket with satin ribbon. I fell in love with him. My role as his big sister continued. I had to look after my sister Debbie, Michelle, and Bo, and it was just, and then came Manny or Oliver. We have nicknames for each other, but it was just so automatic to just, look after them as their big sister. We grew up in a Christian home. And early we were encouraged to be loving and compassionate and always look out for one another. But we also were taught to look beyond our inner circle. My mom taught us about God and all of his goodness. She wanted us to share what we learned from our Bible studies to other people. Bo developed a strong love and commitment to serve full-time in the ministry, which led him shortly after graduation from high school to follow his sister Michelle to West Virginia to live. And he he went to Oak Hill, West Virginia. To support himself, he worked part-time, and this was the beginning of his detailing cars. He received a gift of his first electric buffer from a friend who recognized his passion for the craft and also Bo's strong work ethic. This was kind of like the beginning. He wanted to work part-time so he could stay in the ministry because it's something he loved to do. He loved preaching to people and talking to them about God. So he said, I'm going to work part-time. So he when he couldn't find part-time work, then he said, okay, well, I can detail cars. So he started doing that at a very young age. But at the age of 24, he decided to relocate to Johnson City. And that's where he married Carolyn. He started a new life. And with this life was a lot of hard work and dedication to building his business in the auto detailing work. He worked full-time at Bristol. He finally got him a really good full-time job at Bristol Compressors. He later moved to Bristol, continued his passion in auto detailing business to build his own shop in his own home while maintaining full-time work, along with managing his house-to-house solutions where he bought and sold homes and he rented them and he renovated them. I don't know how he did all this stuff, but he did it, and he was just always just good spirits when he did it. Never complaining. Many of you seated here got to know Larry as a co-worker, a business partner, a friend, and a brother. You already know about his being a hard worker, paying close attention to detail, quite a dresser, as we already talked about with those hats. His love for good food, oh God, he loved good food. And his kindness and generosity, and most of all, his love for people. He loved people, little kids, older people, it didn't matter. I spoke with has a really good friend, AJ, and I spoke with his wife, and she told me how they have a little boy, and Bo would come to visit, and that little boy didn't mess with a lot of people. He was so crazy about Bo, and they said he'd be telling Bo, he's so bad, and Bo nicknamed him Angel Baby. That was his name, him Angel Baby. So he loved everybody. That's the type of person he was. So, he served the people in his business, and he did it, and he was grateful that they had his trust. It was his honor that they had his trust. And when I think about it, I couldn't be more proud of he's my little big brother. And I thank you all for listening to me. And I thank you again for coming. Thank you.
There's so much to say about both siblings. Beautiful sibling on the front, beautiful sibling on the front. These girls are gorgeous. And I don't know this part of the family, but they're gorgeous as well. Just beauty all over the place. Beautiful daughters. My goodness, they're just gorgeous. And just want you all to know that, honey, this family is here for you. I'm talking about a phone call away. We are here for you. That's what we do, and that's what we do best. And nieces and nephews, cousins, we're so grateful for this family. And, all that Bo is to us, because I still feel like he's that to us. He will always be that to us. I don't even want to use the word was, because he's forever going to be present in our hearts. At this time, may we have one more musical selection, and after which his nephew Maurice will come and give us words of comfort.
Ain't there something I can give? And exchange for everything you give to me. Read my mind and feel just fine. When I think my peace of mind is out of reach. Scales are sometimes unbalanced, and you bear them all best to me. I hope you see that you can lean on me, and together we can cross on each when love's strong, and someone has you. And I'll tell you now that I never love you, and you won't ever. I'm not Some folks feel it's just a superficial prayer. Everybody's gonna have something again. We love so strong and so they don't bother me, so I'm gonna keep on living you what they said I got. Baby, they don't bother me, so I'm gonna keep on living you what they said I got. It's me, somebody understand you, somebody understand you. And the feels of my loss in your heart is Lord. Sing your song, and I think I'm gonna sing it forever. We love you so strong and so special, and I never thought. So I'll tell you, Lord, I'm giving you all the God I got. Always.
Hey everybody. I hate that we're all here, but I love that we're all here. Real quick, Larry Davis, my Uncle Bo, L Boogie, shout out to B Wood, and many other nicknames he may have gone by. It was dropped into his persona, publicly, personally, all around him. And all of that showed that he loved his people. You know, he had a nickname for everybody. You know, that's something I kind of do in my job even. I knew that about him, but I don't know. It was weird. Uncle would always look out. He'd often go out of his way to help anyone. You know, and with that kindness, that like unconditional love. It was unconditional. He was not limited. It wasn't just limited to just, you know, friends and family. It could be a stranger in the street, anybody. Uncle was real big. This is largely due to, you know, being raised in a Christian home and being taught the core foundation of the Christian teachings. He did more than just learn these. He exhibited those, and he extended that to everyone he knew. He learned at home from my grandmother, Helen Davis, and she taught him what she knew. You know, what she knew and everything that went with it, and he did it all. The ones that come to mind first for me, one of the Christian teachings is, you know, love your neighbor as yourself. You know, when we were at Unc's house, you know, countless friends came up just talking about how he was and who he was, and you know, like, you know, it's more than just what they said. It was the look in their eyes. I could see the love that they felt for my uncle, and that meant a lot to me. So thank you to those who came through. It really came as no surprise to us, because we knew Unc. You know, when I was a little, you know, knee high, when Unc would come through, man, he would always, remember taking me to Kmart one time, and he got me this Wolverine X-Men toy that I was dying to have. And he's like, yeah, go ahead and get it. And he called me Maurice D. Where he got, I don't know, you know. Called my brother Brian Boitano. You know, Jones. That name for everybody, man. And I love that about him, you know, and it's something that I try to emulate, you know, myself. Another one that comes to mind for me, for Unc, is man who doesn't work, doesn't eat. Unc wasn't gonna take that one lying down because he loved to eat. He was always talking about something good he ate, or oh, you gotta come to this one spot and whatever, you know. But Unc was a very industrious man. He worked hard. He wouldn't stop, which I think is a characteristic of our family. We just don't know when to stop. So, you know, good and bad. But, you know, he built this empire with his bare hands. And I know you know, some of you here have seen the fruits of his labor. When you walk back, got your car back, you saw yourself in the reflection because it was gleaming, right? You like, oh, you saw your face contort, you know? I try to emulate that always. He kept his car clean despite having his hands full, job, family, you know, all of his commitments. He still kept that car. I've never seen his car dirty. Not once in my entire life. I'm 36. Like, head to toe, dripping like a leaky faucet, just. Uncle's my hero.
Yes.
He was my hero. And you know, one of many great male role models I had to maybe the man I am today. Yeah. He would just say, I got you. That's all he would say. Hey, you let me drive a car? I got you now. You know, like, he didn't. And that's cool. I wouldn't have let me drive it either at that age, but, you know, he did sit me on his lap one time and let me, you know, he had full control. He made sure. But yeah, I'm gonna be like him now though, because as y'all know him, he didn't say a whole lot. He was man a few words, but when he spoke, those words were dipped in iron, forged in the hottest stove, and they were solid.
That was good.
When he spoke,
That was good.
he knew, and you knew it. When he said, "I got you," you felt it. You just knew, like, all right, cool. Your shoulders would drop, your blood pressure would go down. Just, all right, cool.
Come on, baby.
Got me. All right, cool. You know, but I'm you know, in doing that, you know, he was so strong. This is hard for me to do, y'all. I mean, I'm just be real with y'all. This is really hard to do.
Doing it, Reese.
But yeah, of all the things though, I mean, the thing I'll take away from Uncle the most was, you know, he really embodied, you know, what it was like to be Christ-like. Humble, strong, understanding, empathetic, all of these qualities, caring, loving, generous, kind. I mean, you go on and on. It'd be up here for 3 days straight. Freely forgiving. He freely forgave, even those that might have did him a little better. Ah, it's cool. He would just shrug it off. Yeah, that's cool. You know, he had that. So what I want to say to everyone, and what I can say for myself, if you respected my uncle, if you knew my uncle, just
Doing good.
please mean what you say. Say what you mean. Love, love, love,
Come on.
love,
Come on.
love. Get in those pictures. Be there for the people that matter. Because Uncle always was. And I'm going to take that with me forever. I will be there for all the people that matter to me. And everybody in this room, I hope you can take that with you and emulate that. Because that was the diamond in his hat. That was his crown jewel. Being there for the people that mattered to him the most.
That's good.
That's my double master. Little cousin. I said, it wasn't one enough. So intelligent. This entire family is so intelligent. I'm so proud to be y'all big cousin. I'm so grateful for those words. Wow. They were impactful. And thank you. Thank you. Let's cover them in our thoughts and prayers just to give them strength to even come up and try to say anything. It's difficult. I've been this road more times than I want to admit. There is a God. That's all I got to say. There is a God. There is a God. Amen. I want to give a little space, if I can, to see if maybe his beautiful girls or his siblings would like to say anything before I proceed. If they do, they have the entire floor. If they want to say anything at all, his children and then his siblings, you have the floor. If you don't want to come up and you want to say what you want to say right there, we understand. You have the floor. Your love runs deep. Beautiful girls, beautiful girls. Let's just give them a hand just for the strength that they have to go through right now. Put your arms around these babies. Put your arms around these babies. I don't know who's lost a parent. I have. Put your arms around these babies. Be the village that they need. Does his beautiful sisters have anything at all they would like to say about their loving brother? If so, we give you all the entire floor. If you have, if they don't, we know the love runs deep. We just want to honor them. We want to honor them. This is tough. It's tough. And we just want to thank you all again for coming. We have people from Ohio. I don't know all the parts. He has a cousin here from Carolinas. Do you want to say anything, Cousin Jimmy? Okay, we love you. They reconnected at the reunion. Hadn't seen each other in decades. So understand how vital, that togetherness is for family. I'm going to read this and then I'm going to close, and after which we'll probably call for our director. But whatever you do, live your eulogy. Whatever you do, live your eulogy. We really didn't have to say anything about Bo because everybody was thinking the same thing. That's how you want to live. You want to live that where he thinking that same thing about you, they thinking that same thing. Because we can't say what you didn't live. If you live a lie, then you die a lie. But live your legacy. Live your eulogy so that people don't have to make up anything. Everybody just wondering who's going to go first. And tell truth. That's just so important. These times are tough. And, you don't want to mince words. You don't want to even find words. You just want to be like, yep, this is what they were. This is what they did. And to all my family who's not here from far and near, who send you guys so much love, so much support. I'm sure you'll get inundated with mail. But we're just going to read just this final saying, and then we're going to get ready to close. And it says, in the midst of our tears, and this is me writing, I am a writer, but I thank God that I sometimes have to write in order to not sit up here and just bawl my eyes out. But in the midst of our tears for his now absence, we celebrate Bo's life. And we use the word celebrate. We don't use it casually. Celebrate means something pleasant has happened. And so I got that and I said, Bo, you brought us pleasantry. That's why we're celebrating you. You brought us pleasantry all the time. I don't know if there was ever a time I was in his presence that I wasn't pleasant. And there wasn't pleasantry around us. That's just who he was. He didn't bring drama. He didn't bring chaos. Pleasantry is what he brought. And that's synonymous to celebrating. And so I just kind of want you to know why we're celebrating him, because of his pleasantry. So as we move from this place into our various travels, we will always carry our endless love for our Beau. And forever, as long as we live until our time, we will celebrate and commemorate his amazing life and his legacy. Will you bow your heads, please? Father God, we thank you for this life. We thank you for Larry, as we know him, Beau, for the time that he spent with us, for the way that he impacted us, and for the love that we shared with him. Father God, we trust that we will always be good with what you allow. You are perfect in all your ways. You make no mistakes. Take us from this place, but not from your presence until our time. But help us to know that you are God, and above you there is no other. You are a comforter like none other. Strengthen this family. Comfort them as they go to their various places. Give us traveling mercy over the highways and bring us back together at an appointed time of joy. We ask this in your matchless name, Jesus, and we pray and count all things done by faith. And we all says, amen. Directors, please.
To the family of Mr. Davis, it has been our honor to serve you and your family. Our goal is to help you ease the burden of the loss of your father. So on behalf of the RA Park Funeral Service, we'd like to present this plaque to you and your family in memory of your dad. God bless you. Would everyone please stand at this time? On behalf of the Davis family, we would like to thank you for being here today in the celebration of the homegoing service of Mr. Davis. This now concludes the services. God bless you.